Hello friends, and welcome back to the free-to-play Mystery Shard Challenge account. We are currently day 90. We unlocked our Dark Aethel today, which I honestly don't think I'm going to use, although she might be useful to build out to 50 just for some early Undead Horde faction, and maybe for a secret room or two. Her ally attack aura is pretty decent. I don't have any other attack auras that affect all affinities, so that could be useful somewhere. Being day 90, this will be our third monthly progress update. So we're going to be going through every aspect of the game, all our champions, all of our gear, and basically just the different progress points and where we're at in the account, what we've done over the past month. So it's going to be a bit of a longer video. Hope you enjoy. We just reached level 65, so we cash in on some gems here. Leveling mostly in campaign. You get a lot more player account XP if you're doing campaign runs. I think it's based on the amount of XP you gain. So even if you were farming campaign with like a max level Kale, you're still technically gaining XP. So basically just farming the highest campaign you can will get you account levels faster than if you were doing dungeons or something. So this past month we've done quite a bit of progress. We are nearing the final stages of the Arbiter missions. We just did the Magic Keep today and then ascended our Candle Guard. And then 2 days from now we'll do Force Keep, followed by Void Keep on Sunday. And then it's pretty much, well, this 200 classic arena battles might take a little bit of time, but after that it's a pretty straight shot right through to Arbiter. The only mission I'm a little bit concerned about is the spider missions. We have a spider team built. I haven't tested it out yet because I haven't needed to. I could easily auto 15, which was the last mission, with the team we already have, so I didn't need to use my new spider team, but we're going to find out pretty soon whether it works. And then obviously clan boss is just a matter of spending gems on keys. So start with the Great Hall here. Since the arena changes, I was able to spend about 800 or 900 gems and force my way into Gold Arena. We're now steadily farming in Gold 5 on the one-person defenses and getting about 150 gold medals per day or so. Since then I have spent a little bit of gems on arena refills, but not a huge amount. And it was basically just to rush a mission I was on. But the goal here is to get obviously 10 magic accuracy for Arbiter. Then we're going to level up our Spirit Force and Void accuracy, while getting everything else probably to level 4. Except for attack, we're just going to leave at 1. It's not very important, so all of these will get to 4. Crit damage will probably work up to 5, but resistance will be my next area of focus, and it basically lets you gear much easier for those Doom Tower bosses as you're progressing. If you look at how many stats you gain here, you get 80 resistance from level 10 and 80 accuracy. But if you go to defense, you only gain 20% defense or 20% hit points. So you're always, if you need resistance in any of your builds, you're always better to get your resistance from the Great Hall, and then your defense and hit points can come from your gear. So like if you have a 6-star hit points chest, it's 60% hit points or 60% defense, whereas resistance would be 96, or accuracy is the same at 96. So get your hit points chest on for 60% hit points. That's triple the amount you get from a level 10 Great Hall. Whereas resistance, get it from your Great Hall, you're only getting 80, but the benefit of putting on a chest, you're only getting an extra 16 resist. So a lot of people have this notion that resistance is useless in the earlier mid game, but I've had to use it for multiple situations, like most notably Scarab, Frost Spider, and Ice Golem. If I didn't have resistance on my support builds there, I wouldn't have been able to clear it. So resistance is very much important for progressing in the game. It's just accuracy is more important. It's more useful in more places, so that's the best one to go for first. For the shards, we've started pulling our shards on 2x's. The reason being, I knew I'm going to be getting Arbiter soon, and once I get Arbiter, the account rules change slightly. They're posted in the description below if you're interested in how I'm going to handle the account after Arbiter. But up till Arbiter, so right now, I can only use the champions I get from mystery shards. So I don't use any of these champs I pull from ancients or voids. I don't even use them as chickens. So once I get Arbiter, I'll be able to use all of those with the specific stipulations that are in the rules. So we actually got some crazy luck on our pulls. We've got a Venus from pulling about 30, I think 32 or 33 voids during the 2x. And then we got a few void epics as well, none of which are very useful, although Basher could be used later as one of my arena unlocks. We got a Duchess on the 2x Ancients. Another crazy pull. And she's going to be our first arena unlock. So as soon as I finish Arbiter, I can put her to use in our arena team and 3v3 teams. As well as I'll be able to use her in Hydra and like maybe eventually in hard Doom Tower if I get stuck on like a really high level floor or boss. Then I might use her just to get me past that so I can access the rewards. But the general idea on the account is I want to use my mystery shard champs and free champs as much as possible to the best of my abilities as far as I can push with them every Doom Tower rotation. And definitely Doom Tower normal is going to be pretty much all mystery shard or free champs. I don't see myself ever using or needing anything else for those. It's just hard Doom Tower when I get stuck in the later waves where I might bring in some of these champions just to see how far I can push progress on the account. So yeah, Venus is going to be accessible once I clear Sacred Order 21, so that's something that I'm pushing towards. I just got her to 6-star yesterday because I was late getting my clan quests, and the only other clan quest I could do was get 3 rare shields from campaign, which if any of you have ever tried that one, it's a total crapshoot. You could spend a few hundred energy on the campaign boss stage and get it, or it could be thousands of energy without getting 3 rare shields. So I said, you know what, screw it. I may not get to use her for another like 2 months or so, but I just did it for the clan quest, and yeah, it's done with. Duchess I can use in arena as soon as I unlock Arbiter. Void rares I can use as soon as I unlock Arbiter, but not the epics. Those will have to be unlocked separately if I ever want to use any of them. Ugo is the only one out of these that I think I'm going to end up using, and she'll be unlocked once I complete Ogryn Tribe's 14 boss. So that's probably, I want to say like a couple weeks to a month away maybe. But yeah, we've got some pretty solid rares as well from our ancient shard pulls. I just can't use them yet because I haven't finished Arbiter. But I'm going to max out my Aethel, max out this Elhain. And then you see a bunch of faction guardians here and champs that I'm saving to use as books eventually if I need them during CVC. So yeah, that's what our vault looks like. Once I finish Arbiter and I start putting teams together for the factions, I'll be able to purge a lot of these and just use up all the chickens to push some extra progress. So looking forward to that. I've upgraded my vault and my champion storage to 180. I used gold, silver for that all the way up to like 140, 150, and then after that I used gems. I think it's just a little more efficient to save the silver and use gems at that point. My core team still remains the same. We've got broadmaw and apothecary, and then I just throw in like bogwalker, war maiden, kale, shield guard, runic warder, couple armigers, life taker for specific dungeons. But yeah, you can pretty much clear all of the early game with a couple good supports, like a reviver and a healer. Apothecary is brilliant in the early game. If you get him, definitely max him out first. He can do stuff like solo Doom Tower normal Scarab. He can solo faction wars up to like stage 12 or so, maybe 11. Top pick there, definitely. We'll go through some of these champ builds. Early game is all about lifesteal for me. So Bogwalker is one of our clan boss champs. We also use him in a lot of our dungeons. And these are his masteries. Got the Sniper and Master Hexer, War Master for more healing. Fully booked, obviously. War Maiden, same deal. Her masteries are a bit different because I use her in Arena. So she's got Shield Breaker and Ruthless Ambush to get extra damage on that first hit, and to break shields if the enemies have shields up. But I got her running just a little bit faster than Kale. A decent amount of accuracy. Would like to get more on her, but that's where she's at right now. Life Taker I use in Spirit Keep and Fire Knight 20. Just in a tanky, fast, accurate build. I don't know. Whoa, she's got 320 accuracy. That's way too much accuracy. So I think I built her out before I got this banner on her, and before I had my magic accuracy in the Great Hall to level 9. So I can probably go in and tweak her build if I need to, take off some of this accuracy. She's fully booked as well, and I stopped her masteries here. There's nothing too important past here that I need on her, so just leaving her like that for now. Kale's still in his same lifesteal build. Got these massive crit damage gloves from one of the rewards. Speed hat, perfect for him. And these are the masteries I'm running on my Kale. So he's in his like hybrid clan boss, arena, dungeon type build. And once I establish the account a little better and get him out of clan boss, I'll be able to transition him into like a more faction wars oriented build. We have Apothecary, fast, relentless, decent resist. When I need to, I can throw him in a resistance chest and boost his resistance up. Fully booked, and these are his masteries. Zephyr Sniper is going to be on my spider team. So for that, she needs very high resistance. And excuse me. High resistance, lifesteal. So I have a shield and a glove. I'm going to steal the gloves from him. And I have another shield to use. I just haven't put it on her yet. And that'll be her build. Well over 300 resist. Her speed will be boosted up to 151 for the spider team, which puts her just above the spiderlings, which makes sure that she never gets lapped by them. And then her masteries, she needs War Master to heal. She's got counterattack masteries, so that when the spiderlings hit her, she gets an attack off and can heal off that. And then she's got increases resist by 10 for each debuff on the champion. So if she does take a poison, she's more likely to resist the next one. Shield Guard, I upgraded his build from the Bloodthirst to a much faster lifesteal build. And these are his masteries. They're a little weird. They look a little strange, but I thought this was the optimal route I could put him in, so broadmaw, still rocking his fast relentless. He's fully booked as well, and these are his masteries. I could take this one off here and put him over here if I wanted to, but I thought this was a pretty solid setup for him. Spymaster, one of my more recent 5-star or 6 stars. I got him up for the Arbiter mission. He's on his way to being booked, but not quite there yet. He's going to get War Master, and then I'm going to move him over to Sniper to get more chance to block debuffs, or to block buffs, and then Spirit Haste to help out in Faction Wars and Secret Rooms. We have 2 Armigers. This is my main one, running super fast and relentless, 200 accuracy. He's on our spider team, so he needs enough hit points not to be targeted. So we need Zephyr Sniper to be the lowest hit points on the team. And he's running War Master with some Lore of Steel, and I'll bring him up to Spirit Haste eventually as well. And then probably Kill Streak, but it's not that important. Runic Warder we use in Fire Knight, and we also used him to take down the Frost Spider 120 on last rotation. Just in a fast, accurate, tanky build. Fully booked. And these are his masteries. He doesn't really need any more, but I will take him to War Master eventually to help out with damage. And then our second Armiger, same masteries as the first. A little bit of a different build. I can put him in an accuracy banner if I want. But yeah, he doesn't really need it, so I'm just going to leave him as is. And if I need to change the build once I try Spider, then I will. High Katoon, fastest in the arena, 281 speed, pretty decent. She needs more accuracy, definitely. But I don't have a second accuracy banner to put on her, so my priority hasn't really been to farm dungeons other than Dragon 20. My priority on a new account, well into the mid game, is all champ training. I'll farm dungeons when I can during tournaments, or if I ever plan to do a fusion, or for regular accounts, that's the time to farm dungeons, is during fusions. Other than that, just max out every champ training as much as possible, always. So here's her masteries. I just basically wanted Lore of Steel. I doubt I'll ever go past that for her. Next champ is another recent 6-star, is Candleguard. I just put her in a new weapon and chest yesterday, so boosted her speed a bit and her damage. She is not booked yet, and she'll be going down to War Master as well to help with healing. And that's all our 6-stars. So we've got 5, 10, 15 so far if you count the Venus that I 6-starred. And then onto the 5-stars, we've got, I won't go too deep into detail about these guys, but this is useful for Nether Spider, for the cleanse, Mystic Hand for Magic Keep, for his buff steal, and HP equalization, Myrmidon for Faction Wars, and eventually for Clan Boss, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, I believe. Coffin Smasher for Clan Boss once I have time to get him up there. Banshee, Faction Wars. Soulbond Boyer is going to be part of our Spider team. So she needs a lot of hit points, a lot of accuracy, a lot of speed. She is fully booked. And Masteries just kind of took her down to Cycle of Violence. I don't think it'll ever proc on Spider, but it is useful in Faction Wars sometimes. This is just a rough draft. Eventually I'll be switching her masteries up to put her in a stun set with Fearsome Presence. And we've got Marquess, who is our defense nuker in 3v3. She's fully booked. And once I get her to 6-star, I'll get her Helm Smasher here. Gnarlhorn for wave control and Doom Tower. Not quite finished yet. Eventually he'll be in my arena team as well. Spirit Host for our attack up in arena. Haven't really changed her gear for a while. It's just wearing pretty crappy speed gear. Relickeeper. I do plan to build him out next for some secret rooms and for Sacred Order faction. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with Lifesteal or Relentless build, but that's what he's looking like right now. He's got a really sick crit damage amulet here, so I'm going to level that up soon. One of the big priorities on any account is trying to max out those artifact events, because you basically just need gear on everybody, and it needs to be 12 or 16. Like, they can't do their jobs unless they have good gear. I do have a second Soulbond Boyar who's fully booked. I haven't put any gear on her yet because I'm going to try High Katoon first in my Spider team for the decreased speed and increased speed. But if I need to, I have her here ready to be geared out. She's got a few masteries as well. Mother Superior I'm building out for Sacred Order faction so that I can get my Venus unlocked as soon as possible. Commander for Bannerlords. Really decent uncommon champ. A1 stun and pretty big heal on her A2. So I have her in Relentless just to try to cycle more heals. I have a second Apothecary, which I started building. Not booked yet, but I want him to be able to sub in for my main Apothecary into Clan Boss. Toxic set for more damage. Oghren Jailer is going to be my damage dealer to get Oghren Tribes Faction Wars 14 cleared so I can unlock Ugo. So I still have to work on his gear quite a bit and probably put him in Lifesteal. But this is just what I had on him. Recently we had that half-price artifact removal, so I took advantage of that to basically strip 90% of my Faction Wars champs. He wasn't one of them. I kept him in his gear. Or no, sorry, he was one of them, but this is what I rebuilt him in recently to farm Oghren Tribes. Shaman, she's got her Revive booked, and I will be probably 6-starring her eventually for Orcs faction and for like the Epic Champion secret rooms in Doom Tower. Jizzo is booked basically. Decent gear. He's not that important on my account right now, but eventually I'll use him for Magma Dragon and for Faction Wars. Cage Bound. And these are all just Faction Wars champs that are mostly ungeared. Marked, I use an arena still for buffing my Marquess. So if you want to see the builds on any of these, you can just pause it. They're all basically just Faction Wars champions. Some of these I've taken out of Faction Wars and I'm just saving them for the fusion, because I'll be looking to do the rhazin fusion pretty soon. I'm still missing a couple of champs, but I want to get them prepped and then I can just hide them away in the vault. So none of these dudes have gear. But you can see basically what I've been using to farm faction wars with. Early faction wars, you just want to get like one damage dealer, maybe one support, and then build a weak team around them and try to get them to carry you through as far as you can. And then as you get better champs that you build for other places, they can sub in and start carrying the account further. And then you turn all your weaker champs that were just filling in into chickens and use them to level other champions up. And then we already looked at the vault. Yes, that's a Duchess. My very first legendary pulled on this account. I haven't really looked through all these void rares to see what I want to use, but one of them is going to be Kurzad Deepheart. I'm interested in building him out. I might try Seducer. He seems pretty good. Stitched Beast could be useful for a Faction Wars boss in Undead. Obviously, Aethel, Fellhound, Elhain. And yeah, the rest are just going to be used as chickens. A couple more rhazin fusion pieces there. So let's go over just a brief look at some of the gear. Let's take a look at... Yeah, so we only have one piece of 3-star gear still, which is unmarked, which we don't need to change because she's just there for the defense boost. 4-star, we're still holding on to some pieces, but slowly that's going to get phased out as well. So that's our 4-star gear. And then 5 and 6-star. Well, let's look at it separately because I want to see how many 6-star artifacts we have now. Quite a decent amount in speed gear. We had a dungeon divers recently where I poured a ton of energy into Dragon 20 so that I could max out the reward. Got some solid crit damage boots here on Shield Guard. The majority of our 6-star gear is resilient or relentless, and that's because I win every tag team tournament by spending gems on refills. Usually I just need to spend 15 gems a day for the duration of the tournament, and I end up winning the whole thing. So highly recommend you push on your tag team tournaments. Not a whole lot of 6-star crafted yet, but we'll slowly be working on that. And then 5-star. Is where the bulk of our artifacts are. And you can see how many artifacts I've been able to level to 16 over the past month. And that's mostly due to the airplane trick. If you don't know what that is, check out my Saving Silver video in the free-to-play tips and tricks channel or playlist. The majority of my gear is from Dragon because that's what I farm the most. I have barely any Fire Knight kills under my belt, as you can see. We'll get around to that as soon as I have a team that can farm 20 in a reasonable amount of time. My current team, it takes like half an hour to kill Fire Knight 20. Starting to get a pretty good selection of Cruel and Immortal. because we've been killing Nightmare Clan Boss every day since like day 52, 55, 58, somewhere around there. We just rolled up this chest earlier today and got a triple on speed with hit points %. Gonna be very useful. And you just see the account, the gear is so important for progressing early. I honestly don't know how people do it without airplane mode, because it takes like 1 million, 2 million silver just to level 1 artifact to 16 if you're not using the airplane mode trick. It's kind of bonkers. In terms of progress in dungeons, I can farm Spirit Keep 20, Magic 20, Force 20, Void 20, Arcane 20, all very easily. I use Life Taker for Spirit Keep. I use Mystic Hand for Magic Keep. And the other ones are basically just my core team of Apothecary, Broadmaw, Kale, Warmaid, and Bogwalker. Minotaur, I'm obviously on 15. Ice Golem, I haven't farmed since I cleared 20. This was my team for 20, or no. It was it Kale? I think it was something like that for stage 20. But yeah, that wouldn't be 100% team. But you definitely want to have resist on Broadmaw and Apothecary, so they don't get the defense down. But as you can see, it took quite a while to beat that stage, 9 minutes, 51 seconds. So I don't farm it, nor will I need to farm it anytime soon. Spider, I can auto 15, and that's with this team here. With Spider, it's important to have your tank be negative affinity, or everybody else has to be the same affinity as your tank, but with more hit points. So for this run, Apothecary tanks, he's got enough resist to not get poisoned, and everybody else just does damage until the spider dies. Once I get to the mission for Spider 17, I'm going to be throwing in my new spider team and pushing up all the way to 20 and crossing my fingers that it works. Dragon's Lair 20, we're running on average 3.5 minute runs, and we're using this team here. So you can see I'm just basically using the same champs everywhere. Fire Knight is 32-minute run, so I've only done stage 20 once, and this is the team I used. So it's going to take a while to do the stage 20 mission for Arbiter, but at least I know I can do it, so it's not a big deal. Arena, since they changed it, I've been just farming one-person defenses pretty much non-stop, getting 150 medals per day. I throw up 4 champions on my defense for people that need to farm multiple wins for like the Forge Pass, or for Ramontu missions. Tag team, we bounce up between Bronze 1 and Bronze 2. Every time there's going to be a CVC, the previous week I'll move up to Bronze 2. And then after CVC ends, I let my team fall back to Bronze 1. And that way during the tag team tournament, I can hit refreshes and still farm pretty easily. I'll show you, we currently have a tag team tournament going on. And I don't know if it's just getting easy brackets or if it's because I'm not that high of level. And the fact like 99% of the player base is in Bronze 4. These are the type of brackets I get. So I buy the 15 gem refill every day, and yeah, it just puts me up so that I can win every tournament. I avoid dungeon tournaments unless it's dragon and it happens during a dungeon divers. Then I'll go for it. But my priority is always champ training, maxing it out as much as possible, double dipping. So you can see we just had a dungeon divers end yesterday and a new one starting. So I'm going to hold my energy refills until dungeon divers starts and just continuously double dip. I don't want to use any of this banked energy before then, because then you're just not getting the full value from it. Doom Tower. So you'll see we're pretty much there on Drexthar. We've got another like maybe 30 to 33 days before I get him. So hopefully by next monthly progress update I'll have a Drexthar built out, or at least pulled. Archmage, we're at 45. Hoping to get at least another 24 of those this rotation. Last rotation was the first Doom Tower normal that we cleared, and it was the Frost Spider. The one before that we got up to stage 90, which was Bommel, before getting stuck. And the one before that was Dragon, the Eternal Dragon, this rotation. And I think I made it to stage 50 that time. So this time around I am expecting I'll be able to clear it all the way up to 120, but we'll see. The Griffin is pretty tough to get through if you don't have enough damage. But the others and Nether Spider can be tricky too. But I'm hoping I have enough gear and champs to take it down this time. And then of course most of the secret rooms are pretty easy and doable. So yeah. I think these first 4 I can do all 4 of them. So that's at least another 16 helmet fragments. The last area we'll look at is Faction Wars. We're at 417 stars. Today we just pushed another level in Barbarians. I can't show you my team. But as you can see, I'm still stuck on the first boss in Undead and Ogren Tribe. Once I get Ogren Jailer to 660, I should be able to pass this one. And this I'm probably going to wait until I get Dark Elhain. And then I'll get her to 60 immediately and she'll be able to carry me through that one. A lot of others I'm already past the second boss. Demon Spawn I'm very close. I need to get Marquez to 60 and it should be doable. Sacred Order is what I'm focused on because I want to get up to 21 cleared so I can use the Venus. And then of course Ogren Tribes I really want to get 14 done so that I can use my Ugo. Clan Boss has been 3 or 4 key nightmare every day. And this is the team I've been using. So it is very easy to do this as long as you have an attack down, War Master and Lifesteal on everybody. And then of course, since it's not speed tuned, having Apothecary in there just helps them take way more turns. So it's a really solid early game team. If you can get an Apothecary, it really helps. But you could substitute him for like, I don't know, there's tons of epics you could substitute him for. And then you could put like a Coffin Smasher or any other A1 attack down champ here in place of Bogwalker. These are obviously not optimal clan boss champs, but it works for what I need it to do. And then Brutal we can do in 2 keys. We're almost 1 key on like magic affinity, but Force is our worst by far because Kale or Apothecary get stunned or crit. And yeah, the poisons weak hit and we just do a lot less damage overall. So that's basically our progress. We've almost completed all the challenges here. Just waiting on the last couple, which I'm not in a rush for. You can see we have a ton of epic books and Lego books saved. This upcoming CVC, I'm going to book out the Duchess, and I might book out the Venus, but probably not. I'll probably just save the rest of my books for Arbiter and maybe Drexthar, and then start saving up again for Venus and Syl of the Drakes down the road. We'll take a look at the... I guess we haven't looked at accessories either, so we'll show those. I literally have done like 10 spider runs in the past month, if that. So I still don't have many accessories. I did buy some of the revenge accessories this month as well, because I was trying to get a couple more for Zephyr Sniper, which I did end up getting. Pretty nice there. Unfortunately, I need to keep her in a resistance banner, or else I would have moved her to triple revenge to help get those retaliation procs off so she can heal. But yeah, that's the most exciting thing coming up, is the spider push. And I'm hoping it goes well so I don't have to rebuild all my champs. But we shall see. On a normal account, I'd be set up perfectly. Both Venus and Mordecai are such insanely good spider champions. And then I would have like Duchess for reviving everybody and block debuffs. And then just throw in a couple Armigers and it would be GG. Same with, like, I got a Magnar, which would be huge in Arena, and Cornelia. But obviously I'm not using those, so maybe someday I will. But right now I'm just interested in exploring the budget teams that I'm putting together with these rare champs and stuff. Still having a good time on the account. I think I'm enjoying the progress. The progress doesn't feel too slow, although I am kind of stuck waiting for these Arbiter missions, which is a little bit boring. But yeah, just building out champs as I go, getting as many 6 stars as possible, getting Arbiter done, and then we'll be moving into the Faction Wars grind. So yeah, it's about everything on the account I can think of. If there's anything you want to see for next time, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.